Algebra 2, Rational Exponents and Nth Roots. We're going to look at Concept 17, Teacher Talk. So let's start by simplifying 4 to the 5 halves minus 9 to the 3 halves. And let's rewrite it in radical form. So remember, the bottom number is the root and the top number is the power. So 4 to the 5 halves can be written as the square root of 4 all raised to the 5th power, and the square root of 9 all raised to the 3rd power. Now let's just do the math. The square root of 4 is 2, so we have 2 to the 5th power minus 3 to the 3rd. Well, 2 to the 5th power is 32, and 3 to the 3rd power is 27. So the answer here is simply 5. So this is a thinking question. Why is the cube root of negative 64 defined a real number answer, but negative 64 is not? You have a thought? Well, here are my thoughts. So the cube root, or any odd root, of a negative number is a real negative number. So for example, the cube root of 64, we can multiply negative 4 together by it, multiply it by itself 3 times, and you will get negative 64. But the square root of negative 64 is not defined, or not, because it is not a real number. So there's no real number that you can take times itself that will give you a negative number. All right, let's simplify this radical expression with number and variables. And so I suggest that you take just one piece at a time. So let's look at the 5th root of 32. So if we break down 32 into a factor tree, all the way down to the prime factors, we will see that you can multiply 2 together by itself 5 times and get 32. So that means the 5th root of 32 is 2. Now the 5th root of a to the 6th, think of it in terms of groups of 5 a's. How many groups of 5 a's can you divide out of a to the 6th? Well, 1 with 1 left. So that's why we have a to the 1st power outside the 5th root and a to the 1st power inside. So how many groups of 5 b's are there in b to the 3rd? Well, there are none, so they all stay underneath. And then how many groups of 5 c's are there in c to the 10th? Well, there are 2 that come out. And so our final answer is 2ac squared times the 5th root of ab cubed. Number 4, the 6th root of x to the 15th, y to the 23rd. So let's start by taking out groups of 6 x's. We can take out 2 groups of 6, and that'll leave us with 3 x's left underneath. We can take out 3 groups of 6 y's. That takes care of 18 of them, and we'll have 5 left. So our final answer is x squared y cubed times the 6th root of x to the 3rd power, y to the 5th power.